8 rules as to how I learned to be myself, and what worked the best for me as to realize that, listen, this is me and I have to accept this is who I am. So number 1 on my list is I accept that there is no one in the world like me. There will never be no one else in the world like me. Physically maybe, mentally maybe, emotionally maybe, but in this body, at this moment, at this time, there's nobody like me. I've learned to accept that regardless if there is in my mind. I made it up that, listen, there is no one like me. So when there's no one else like me, I can only compare myself to myself and not compare myself to any Tom, Dick and Harry. And by doing that, I'm able to grow without putting any pressure on myself, comparing myself to other people and what they may have, what I don't have, comparing things like that. No, it's just about me and myself and being able to grow this individual that I am without comparing it to anyone else, because I know that I am me and I could only be the best version of myself by accepting that I am who I am by being myself. Number two to being myself. I know it had periods in time growing up. Obviously, a teenager growing up, you find it a bit difficult at times to fit in and feel accepted with crowds where you might just really not fit in, and people might watch you different. They might talk about you different. They may talk in groups away from you even when you there. So I learned that trying to fit in is not the best thing. However, learn to stand out, learn to accept being lonely. Learn to accept being lonely because of the fact that you are different, you are unique. You are born to stand out basically. It doesn't mean that you need to fit in. In other words, I'm saying, do not try to fit in. You're born to stand out, be by yourself and stand strong and proud. Because there's no one else like you. Remember, there's no one else like you. And it doesn't make sense fitting in when you're born to be unique. Thrace, number 3. Accept that no matter what you do in life, people will always have an opinion. They are free and entitled to their opinion. Everyone has a different mental state. Everyone has a different way of thinking. Everyone is just different. Regardless, people are going to have their opinion on you. That doesn't mean their opinion should impact who you are and who you're being. Now, you know what is right and wrong for yourself. You know what are the things that you should be doing. You know what you shouldn't be doing. It's up to you to judge your own character and know yourself. That's something I can't tell you to do. But you deep down inside should be able to know yourself. Even if you don't know yourself, learn to find yourself by just learning about the simple things that you do during the day and how you see things. Talk to yourself and just observe yourself. Like, take a step back and watch yourself as to how you go about your day, and just observe yourself by knowing yourself. So that way, when somebody give an opinion on you or something that you do, you know already, okay, yeah, I know I do that. I know I do something effed up. So I know how other people will see it, but I accept that's their opinion. I don't care about what you think. Quattro. Find out what you're living for. Now, people will be like, what are you trying to say? How? I don't even know my purpose in life yet. Like, I'm still going to school. I don't know if I'm going to get a job. No, it's not like that. Find out what it is within you. What's your drive? Even if you don't have a drive, find out what it is that makes you get up in the morning and what makes you feel like, okay, today should be a good day. Even if it's not a good day, I'm not feeling in a good mood, but why is today a day that I got up in this life that I can make a difference in this world for myself? Ask yourself all these things. Ask yourself what you're living for. You're living, like, for me, I'll answer this, like, so you can have an idea what I'm trying to explain. I basically live for myself. But that sounds so selfish. Why? Okay, I'm just living for myself. No. Myself is surrounded and made up of just me, my family, and my closest friends, the people who support me, and everyone who knows me and knows what I stand for and understand me and accept me for who I am and accept my vision on life. These are the people that I live for, and this is what I live for. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Number 5. So with number 5, what do I have on my number 5 list? I actually had to write it down. 5. Not being ashamed of myself. And okay, I have to take it from one of my role models that I have from current this era in time, Ranveer Singh. Now, I'm not like the world biggest fan, but it's only like over the last couple of years I'm able to take back into consideration how far he have reached by just being himself, regardless of what it might be. Not only him, but people who are just being themselves, like people like Jim Carrey, all these comedians, Kevin Hart, they're just being themselves, and that what makes them stand out so much. They just be themselves. But number five is not being ashamed of yourself. So they're being themselves, but they're not being ashamed of it. They accept it, and they accept that they might not be normal, they might not be accepted as normal, but listen, this is who they are, and they accept it. They're not ashamed, but they're ready to show the world this is who they are, and this is the best version of themselves. Now, number six. Without this, I promise I would not have been able to know myself and be able to find out who I am, my dislikes, my, all these things. If it wasn't for my family and friends who just able to let me be myself and let loose and describe how I see things, and let me live with my opinionative opinions, and just let me be. The people around me, my family, they gave me like all the support as just letting me be and seeing me and accepting me for who I am, knowing that yes, we are all different, and that even self they may want something differently for me. I mightn't see it that way, so they accept the way that I saw it, and by supporting me and accepting that this is my vision in life, they support and accept me to be able to believe in me that I could get it done the way I want to get it done. So that's just support when it comes to my family. That's something that's very impactful, I think, on your life, when you know that you have your family behind your back, especially in case you were to fall today or tomorrow, for them to catch you. Definitely one of the biggest steps into being yourself. And number seven, it's all about accepting yourself, accepting your flaws, accepting your imperfection. Like, for example, I remember a lot of people think I'm like vain and all into myself and stuff. I'll honestly disagree, but I think I can understand the point of view from where people are coming from, because people say, oh, you're watching yourself in the mirror all the time, you're watching yourself. Okay, I think that's just part of keeping up yourself and keeping good, because you have an image to maintain, but I don't take it as far as being all into yourself and stuff. Maybe I am, it doesn't really matter to me, but to me it's about accepting my imperfections. Like, an imperfection I know that I have is public speaking. I don't know properly how to speak. I don't speak proper English all the time, but and this is an imperfection of mine. A bad imperfection of mine is I could be a bit out of place sometimes. Some really bad out of time and remarks in the wrong situation. So a little no cover for my mouth sometimes is an imperfection I have. Another thing, I might not have perfect skin, like have acne, I have scars on my body, I have some marks all here on my shoulder and stuff. This is imperfections. I just had to learn to accept that this is me. I mean, people out here have perfect skin, perfect bodies, able to carry themselves well, but that's just not me, and I learned to accept that my imperfections is what makes me a perfect version of myself. Last thing, ochenta. No, that's fucking I didn't mean to curse. Ocho. The last thing is knowing myself and loving myself, and I just able to just see that this is the weird individual that I am. This is how I see life. I'm caught up in a dream where I believe that if you really put your mind towards anything, you can make it happen. And I'm seeing it come to pass, and it will come to pass once I stick to it. But number 8 is really about loving and knowing myself and accepting that this is who I am, and nobody's going to be able to love me or know me better than I know myself. So I'm not going to rely on anyone to give me love or know me, and rely on them for the support that I need in my life in anything, because the only person that could do that 100% the best for me is myself. And I always say that if there's one person who should always have your back, number one is yourself. Understand yourself and know yourself better. If you could learn to love yourself, then you could learn to love others. It don't make sense you're trying to love somebody else when you don't love yourself. You're only going to be cheating yourself and cheating the other person. Learn to know and love yourself, and I promise it will all help in the journey about learning yourself on the whole. So this is just my message on how I learned about myself, and how I learned to love myself, and how I learned to be myself. And I really wish this message could go and impact a good few of you guys. Hopefully you could use it as a motivation to try to start to accept some of your flaws, some of your imperfections, start to move on in life and accept that this is how things go. Sometimes it's not always the best. Stop comparing yourself to others and be able to just be the best version of yourself. Listen, I'm proud of a lot of people who have been messaging me and stuff, and letting me know that, listen, even though things may be tough on their part, because I'm someone who accepted myself as being a little weird, being out of timing, being quite an asshole, to be honest. But just thanks for you guys showing me the support in me being myself, and in return you being yourself by letting me know that you feel comfortable by me being myself, you can be yourself. So thanks guys. I guess we could just support each other all around. Don't forget, just love yourself, learn to love yourself. You'll always be the best version of yourself, and never compare yourself to anyone. If you like this video, don't forget, click and subscribe, and hopefully I can see you in the next one.